My name is Talitha, but you can just call me Yaafi. I am a student of accounting program. My student ID number is 25070284. So, for this video, I'm going to tell you all about a pre-Socratic ancient Greece philosopher. But before we get into that, I want to tell you all a little story about myself through 5 fun facts. And also, I want to tell you about a little detail of myself, such as how I look and how my personality. I'm going to start from 5 fun facts of me. First, my nickname used to be Yaafi, but so many people thought it was a boy's name. So I decided to flip it into Yaafi because I think it sounds more feminine. Second, ever since elementary school, I've always enjoyed things related to number and counting. That's probably one of the reasons why I chose accounting. Third, my favorite color is blue. Like almost everything I own are blue. Like my tumbler, my laptop, my backpack, my phone, my hair clips, and even my plate and my mug at my boarding house is blue. Fourth, I'm good at remembering people's face and names. So, don't worry if we meet once, I will never forget you. And the last one is, I love listening to music. But that's not the fun fact. The fun fact is, I often connect someone with a song. Like, when I hear a song, it really reminds me of someone, either because they like the song or we ever listened to it together. So that's the 5 fun facts about me. Next, we will talk about my body appearance. Start from my height is 165 centimeter and my weight is 47 kilograms. Because of my weight and my height, my body looks tall and thin. As you can see, my hands are so small. Then, I have long straight black hair, but now I've dyed it brown. Then, my face is oval shaped and I have brown eyes, but their size are not same because one of them is smaller. I think this one is smaller. And next is I have full lips. For my outfits, I love wearing jeans. Like almost every day, I'm wearing jeans. Even when I go to university, I'm also wearing jeans. Almost every day, except Monday, because on Monday I wear long black skirt because the dress code is black and white. For my daily outfit, go to university is I wear long sleeve shirt, but sometimes I wear short sleeve too. For my bottom, I wear jeans like what I say, and my favorite jeans is the long straight blue jeans. For my shoes, I wear casual shoes, and I'm also carry a backpack every day because for me, backpack is better than tote bag because it better for my shoulders. Next is my personality. I love talking so much. Like when with my friends, I'm always trying to make it conversation. So I don't like it when we on gatherings, people just playing their phones. Like if you want to play your phones, you can do it on your own room. Why you need to meet people if you just want to play phones, right? Even though I love talking, it doesn't mean I can be quiet. Sometimes, when my social energy is runs out, I will be quiet and just listen to people talking. Anyways, my MBTI is ISV no ISTP. Yeah, maybe that's why I can runs out my social energy because I am an introvert. So that's a little story about me. I'm sorry if it's too long. Now let's do the main point of this video, talking about a pre-Socratic ancient Greece philosopher. Can you imagine living in a time when people connected everything that happened in the world to mythology? They believed everything happened because of the gods. Why did the sun rise? Because the god Apollo was driving his chariot across the sky. Why was there a thunderstorm? Because the god Zeus was angry. The world was a mysterious and often frightening place ruled by the most of the gods. But there is a wise man from the city of Miletus named Thales came forward with a simple question that changed everything. What if it all happens for a natural reason? This question made him known as the first philosopher and the father of science. Instead of accepting this choice of the gods, Thales used his own observation and logic to understand nature. Thales was born around 626 BC and died around 548 BC. He lived to be about 78 years old. He was one of the seven sages who were founding figures of ancient Greece. These seven men were famous for their wisdom and practical knowledge about life and politics. Our story begins in a busy, wealthy port city called Miletus in ancient Greece. The city was a special place. It was a crossroads where traders from Egypt, Babylon, and other great civilizations met. Because of this, the new ideas were everywhere. In most of the ancient world, people believed things happen because of the gods. Zeus is angry, that's why there's lightning, they would say. But in Miletus, people started to ask different questions. They look at the world and wonder, what is the real natural reason the river floods? Or why do the stars move? They wanted to find answer by looking at the world itself. Into this city, a boy named Thales was born. He was very lucky to be from a wealthy family, which meant he could travel and learn. But more than anything, Thales was curious. He wasn't satisfied with the old stories. When he saw lightning, he didn't just think of Zeus. He asked, how does that happen? He watched how shadows changed during the day. He saw how water could be a solid, a liquid, or steam. He started to believe that the world wasn't a magical, confusing place, but a place that followed rules. And if there were rules, he believed humans could understand them. To find answer, Thales traveled to Egypt. The Egyptians were masters of practical knowledge. They used geometry to remeasure farmland after the Nile River flooded. They used astronomy to build their giant pyramids. Thales watched and learned. He saw how they used a simple stick and its shadow to measure the height of tall buildings. He was amazed. He didn't just learn how to do these things. He learned a bigger lesson. The universe can be understood with math and observation. He brought this powerful idea back home with him. Back in Miletus, Thales started to form his own big idea. Thales asked, "What is everything created from?" Instead of answering, "The gods created it," Thales said, "Everything comes from water." Why water? Because water can change its form. Liquid, solid, gas, and all life needs water. He believed that everything that exists, human, trees, even the earth itself, comes from water and will eventually return to water. For him, water was the first principle or archetype of everything. Even though his answer wasn't completely correct by modern science, his method of asking questions and looking for natural causes was groundbreaking. He showed that we could understand the world through observation and thinking, not just through stories about God. Thales also thought the earth floats on water like a wooden disc, and even suggested that earthquakes might be caused by waves in the ocean below the earth that shake it. Thales was not just a thinker, he was also very practical. There are many stories about what he did that show the power of his mind, like predicting a solar eclipse. Thales is said to have predicted a solar eclipse on May 28, 585 BC. This event was so scary to the soldiers who were fighting that they stopped the war. This prediction made him very famous. Then, inventor of practical geometry. Thales brought geometry knowledge from the Egypt to Greece. He used geometry ideas to measure the height of pyramids just by looking at the length for their shadows and to calculate the distance of the ships from the shore. Some geometry principles like Thales' theorem are named after him. And then, wise political advice. Thales was recognized as one of the 7 wise men of Greece. He advised the cities in Ionia to unite and form a shared government so they would be stronger against the threat of the Persian Empire. The another his historical story is getting rich through knowledge. If you're smart, why aren't you rich? Thales of Miletus, the first philosopher, was mocked with that exact question. So he decided to prove everyone wrong by turning 2,500 into 750,000 in today's money, achieving a 30,000% return in 1 month. How he did it? Thales wasn't just a philosopher, he was a visionary. Using his knowledge of astronomy and weather, he predicted an unusually abundant olive harvest was coming. But instead of farming olives, he planned something much smarter. Months before the harvest, during the off-season, Thales rented every olive press in the region for just 1 drachma per press, about $50 in today's money. His total cost? 50 drachmas or $2,500 in today's money. When the harvest arrived, demand for olive prices exploded. Farmers needed them desperately to extract oil. And guess who controlled every single press? Thales. Thales rented the presses for 10 dramas per day per press, about 500 per day. Over 30-day harvest, his total revenue hit 15,000 drachmas or 750,000 in today's money. In just a few months, Thales achieved a 30,000% return. He proved that philosophers could get rich, but they chose wisdom over wealth. Thales' olive press strategy is one of history's earliest examples of leveraging knowledge and timing for massive returns. So, why is Thales so important? It's not because he was always right. It's because he started a new way of thinking. Before Thales, the world was explained by myths. After Thales, people began to use reason and observation. He is famous for the press note itself, reminding us that the pursuit of knowledge begins with understanding our own minds. He set humanity on the path to science, philosophy, and modern thought. He was the first person to look at the world and believe deep in his heart that it was knowable. He taught us that the universe is not a mystery to be feared, but a puzzle to be solved. And for that, we all owe him a debt of gratitude. From Thales, we learn to use our own mind and observation to understand the world, not just rely on stories or beliefs passed down from our ancestors. He thought that everything in nature has a natural cause that can be studied. We are also taught not to be afraid to think differently and look for simple answers to complicated things. Most importantly, Thales saw that being a wise person and a practical person can go together. So I think sometimes we need to question something happens, not just accept it blindly. And we can also see things from different sides, not just one side. So that's the story about Thales of Miletus, the father of philosophy. He taught us to think critically, question everything, and use reason to understand the world. His legacy reminds us that wisdom comes from curiosity and careful observation. Even today, thousands of years later, we still follow the path that Thales first walked. So, thank you for watching this video till end. That's all for me and bye bye.